Hi, welcome back to another episode. Today, I am answering one question that I keep hearing it everywhere. No one explains it. Magnesium. Everyone is talking about magnesium, but no one explains which type they're supposed to get. They're just like, oh, get magnesium to help you sleep. Well, there's all different kinds of magnesium, so let's see if you don't get the wrong one. I'm going to explain how each magnesium works and what does it serve for so that you're able to get the correct magnesium for the issue that you are having. And also explain to you that you are able to test these to make sure that you don't overtake it. So if you want to learn more about magnesium and how it can improve or worsen your life depending on the one you take, go ahead and keep on watching. So first, we need to understand that not all magnesium is created equal, and if you take the wrong one, it could actually exacerbate issues that you're having, or it could just not work at all. So, first of all, you need to understand that there's different forms for different functions. And also, I don't recommend everyone taking magnesium. Some people just don't need to take it. Sometimes the magnesium present in the consumption of their food tends to be enough. So one of the things that I recommend is talking to your doctor and get a panel and see how your magnesium is. Now, if you want to take a low dose of magnesium to help you with some sort of thing as a supplementation, you can. So if you do wish to do that in a very safe, low dose method, at least let me tell you the types there it is so that you don't get this wrong. So, looking at my notes right here, first we're going to have the glycinate option. So, the glycinate, magnesium glycinate, it is to sleep. It is highly absorbed, has calming effects, it has minimal laxative impact, which is one of the issues of magnesium, and is going to help you with sleep. So that's one of the best ones for sleep. Then you have the lactate version, which is easily absorbed, gentle on digestion, and ideal for sensitive individuals. So this one is good for those people that want magnesium to help with their digestion, not to sleep. Then you have magnesium citrate. It has a high bioavailability, often used to treat constipation due to the laxative effect. So this one is good if you're someone that has a tendency of having really hard stool or not being able to go to the bathroom every day, and you take this to really help soften the stool and help aid it out. Be aware this is a laxative, so take it with precaution, idealistically with doctor's help. Then you have the orotate or magnesium orotate. This one is good for heart health, is well absorbed, and has low gastrointestinal issues. So it's not going to make you have that laxative effect, but it is more designed for heart health. It helps with cardiovascular issues, it helps support your heart, and help with the whole pumping system. Then you have magnesium L-threonate. My dyslexia does not help with these names. L-threonate. So this one works more on the brain. So this one boosts brain health and cognitive function and has excellent absorption. This is because this particular type works more on the neurons of your brain. So it's really used for the whole process of the synapses of your brain. So it helps fire your brain neurons, which help you think. And the more support you're able to have on that part, the easier you're able to think, the more it will improve with brain fog. And it's going to help with the cognitive function because it's going to help them work better. Then you have magnesium oxide, which is a high magnesium content but low absorption. It's mainly used for indigestion and constipation. So normally we see these a lot, sometimes popping up for people that have acid reflux, for example, or people that may feel what we call the infarction, which is when you feel really bloated because you ate too much. So normally that's when this one will pop up to help with those symptoms. Idealistically, this is like an SOS thing where you use it from time to time, not an often situation. Then you have magnesium taurate. This one normally is used to support the blood sugar and healthy blood pressure. Be aware that this one in the wrong dosage can lower your blood pressure too much or heighten your blood pressure too much depending on the medication that you take. So this one, take it with a grain of salt. Is best for you to talk to a GP or to a family medicine doctor before you take this version of magnesium. Then you have magnesium chloride. This one has good absorption, normally taken orally or topically for muscle relaxation. So this one we see a lot in those topical creams when you feel sore and you want to help with like a muscle pain. You see that topically very, very often. Less often is used via orally. Normally it only gets prescribed orally if you have, for example, intense cramping very often. Most often you see it in topicals, and personally I don't really see any issue, especially if you only use topically. Or orally, I tend to advise into talking to a GP. Then we have magnesium malate. Magnesium malate is normally for fatigue, easily absorbed, and minimal laxative effect. So this one is good when, for example, you wake up one day and you're feeling really tired, you're feeling really bad, and you take this in a low dose, and it helps kind of have your body produce a little bit more energy, because magnesium malate comes from the ATP processing in your body. ATP is the energy hormone enzyme of the body, basically, to keep it like in simpler terms, because ATP is basically what gives energy to your body. And basically because this is involved in the system in a broken down version of this, by taking this, it basically helps support the ATP production in your body, increasing your energy. Of course, be aware it does have a mild laxative effect, so do not abuse this. And also, if you're feeling fatigued, it could be a different thing going on. So also talk with your GP if you're feeling very fatigued without an explanation. The other thing is magnesium sulfate, also known as Epsom salt. This one is used externally for muscle soreness. Do not take this as supplementation. It is not recommended as supplementation. This is one of the major things that I see, is that I have seen pills made out of this, and I do not recommend it. It is not good to take. It can really, really harm a person. So please be careful. Read the bottles. So we have spoken about pretty much all the types of magnesium that exist. So pretty much just be aware of that. So normally when most people talk about magnesium, when it comes to taking it, they're normally talking about the sleep version of it. So that would be magnesium glycinate. So if you're looking for magnesium to help you sleep, is magnesium glycinate the best option? So just be aware that most people, when they're talking about, oh, take magnesium before bed to help me sleep, is magnesium glycinate. Take it in a low dose, start it very low. You could also look for magnesium-rich foods. And the cool thing about magnesium-rich foods is that they're really easy to integrate into your life, because they are your greens. They're mostly in greens. You could also find it in stuff like dairy, potatoes, almonds, figs, spinach, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, avocado, salmon. You could also find it in pretty much every single green that you can think of: arugula, zucchini, kale, cucumber, lettuce, green beans, butternut squash, sauerkraut, flax seeds. There's so many foods that contain magnesium. It's kind of crazy. Of course, in different amounts. But you can find many options. Let me actually see which ones have the highest. So from vegetables, the highest is spinach. Fruits, the highest is banana and also dried figs. Grains, the highest, it is buckwheat or quinoa. Oats also have it pretty high. Then when it comes to nuts and seeds, the highest is going to be sunflower, but pumpkin seeds are also pretty high. Actually, pumpkin seeds are higher now that I look at it. And then another one that is pretty high is also edamame, if you prefer, in a form of lentil slash bean situation. So I think now you have understood all the magnesiums and how to consume them naturally. So, for example, if your issue is to have a hard time falling asleep, you could, for example, do some sort of green heavy, like a spinach heavy late night meal, and that's gonna help you fall asleep a little easier. And I find that I'm one of those people that if I can do it in a nutritional way instead of taking a supplementation, I will. But of course, if you find that you are actually dealing with some sort of symptom and you're thinking about taking a type of magnesium, just check with your GP first, because it could be a whole other different thing besides actually, taking a supplementation. It could be an underlying cause there that you may not know about. So if you like this video, go ahead and like. If you want to give an idea or you'd like to comment something, go ahead and leave a comment on the comment section below. And if you like what you've seen, I hope you subscribe to the channel to see more videos. And I'll see you next week. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.